It's time now to review headlines of today's newspapers, and of course we're going to start with the newspaper of record, and that is This Day on Saturday.
All right, and the lead from This Day on Saturday today says tension in Edo as PDP, APC trade blame over shootings, death of police officer. The riders say opposition party alleges Commissioner of Police complicit. Shaibu, my spirit in APC, body in PDP. I'm fighting Obaseki to prove point. And lastly, Edo government flees purported appointments by reinstated deputy governor. Different shades of drama coming from Edo State.
Yes, but you know, this is honestly, I would say this is an absolute show of shame, is what we're seeing coming from Edo State here. Beyond just the tension, we have a police officer, a public servant, has lost his life. And at what point are we going to ask our elected officials that at what point do you believe that no life is worth your election? That's something that our former President Goodluck Jonathan famously said, that not one individual should lose their life for my own personal ambitions. That is something that these people in Edo State actually need to pay attention to, particularly Shaibu, who's coming back as a reinstated deputy governor, saying that he's coming to fight the governor, claiming that his spirit is in one party, his party is in another. That I need to actually ask that where's the sense and the sensibility here? Because Shaibu also did come on Arise, and he said that, you know, he came on Arise earlier this week. He had an interview, and he said that if he would match them, that they would be dead, and he does not want any death. And I wonder now, is that a threat? How do you, as an elected official, actually come on national TV?
That is sound responsible at all.
It sounds highly irresponsible to come on national TV.
You can't play politics with people's
lives. And it's not your life at stake. It's the lives of public servants, it's the life of police officers, to come and to posture
for a deputy
in
governor
that way.
Who has no pathway any longer in PDP, is now appointing aides and essays and everything, whereas you are seen laughing, you know, all the way while you're welcoming the chairman of another party into your state. You know, my spirit in APC, body in PDP, I'm fighting Obaseki to prove a point. I mean, at what point would politics be decent?
Yes.
It doesn't look to me like what's his name again? Shaibu is playing the right type of politics.
There is no even sense of posturing that he's fighting for the people of Edo State. There's no even sense of posturing that he's fighting for democracy. He is willingly able to come out and say he's fighting for himself. He's willing to say that he knows the political thugs. He knows the violent actors. He's willing to even speak of threats and of death, so likely for his own personal ambition.
The opposition party is alleging that the Commissioner of Police is complicit. I hope that the Inspector General of Police will be interested in this matter, so that the life of that gentleman officer lost will not, you know, have been in vain. Let's move on. The story on top of the lead: FCCPC imposes $220 million fine on WhatsApp, Facebook over alleged violation of data privacy laws. Others. I think this is an interesting development. The statement, part of the story, says that in a statement, acting executive vice chairman, chief executive of FCCPC, Dr. Adamu Abdullahi, accused the social media platforms of denying Nigerian data subjects the right to self-determine, authorized transfer and sharing of Nigerian data subject personal data. Well, it is still the acting vice chairman that is speaking on behalf of but I think that there is a substantive head now, Mr. Tunji Bello, who was a commissioner and, of course, the secretary to the state government in Lagos State, and a very proven journalist. We'll see if this will also be his position, so that he can give clarity as the substantive head of that organization.
I would find it, I was interested to see the pathway that the FCCPC takes now when a journalist is taking over from a lawyer. So
no, Mr. Bello is also a lawyer.
Oh, he's also a lawyer.
Also a lawyer.
Okay,
so no issues around there.
Okay, then.
I think we should take one more story before we go to Saturday Tribune, and that should be the the window story. Bank stocks tumble as investors, analysts fault retroactive finance bill insists proposed legislation may reduce banks' ratings, data foreign investors. I think that is important. If you can take that with the story on page 5, which is also promoted on cover, CBN orders banks to transfer dormant accounts, unclaimed balances, others to his custody. It looks like everywhere you can scrape, look for money. Scrape it. If they are not claiming their money, bring it in.
It is honestly shocking what we're seeing there, but we've talked about this now. The coherence in policy now is the retroactive finance bill.
Yeah.
Is it in alignment with this building a bigger economy, building a bigger base for our
I think that
banks?
we have to be careful with all these disruptions. And maybe 1 or 2 lessons can be learned from what is happening in Argentina, where you have a president less than 1 year is already demonstrating that no, you can't just spend your way out of the mess that you may be in. You have to cut down on cost, and you have to be serious about the type of reforms, especially fiscal reforms that you are proposing.
Definitely. Let's quickly take The Guardian and the major story on The Guardian. Ali Ndume, travails of a vocal parliamentarian, and that is on pages 32 and 33. There's a quote there from the former Vice President, Atiku Abubakar. It says, "We are beginning to see a pattern in which the National Assembly has become an enabler of executive recklessness, and the concerns of the people stand in the nadir of priority list of the legislature." There's another quote there from Philip Agbese saying Ndume should embrace the principles of teamwork and collaboration rather than seeking to divide and distract the government from its laudable reforms. Now, Senator Ndume had said earlier on, he called his fellow lawmakers kleptocrats. He has said that he's standing on business. He's not taking back.
For somebody who has spent
statement.
20 years in the National Assembly, we'll see how that goes. Let's quickly take Saturday Telegraph. Just 2 stories there before we leave. Hardship, how Tinubu can lift economy from doldrums. That's by Idika Kalu, former finance minister, who is insisting that government not doing enough in cutting cost of governance, says allocation of productive sectors must be increased. Remember the lesson that we said must be learned from Argentina, cut cost. And then on top of the window, federal government bars VIP from using local airports for international flights. Delta United flight to Nigeria may be cancelled over IT outrage. That's an area that people should watch, especially for those who are traveling
very soon. Summer holidays.